Democrats. Today is Thursday, March 30th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Thursday. So it's Thursday. Ordinary day, except that all over the state, today is early in-person voting. It is the beginning of early in-person voting for the election on April 4th. So if you're watching me and your plan was to vote early in person, you have 2 hours, 44 minutes to get over there and vote today. They will be open tomorrow as well. Get over there, vote. Every vote counts, even the ones you don't cast. Don't be the reason that we end up with poor representation because you didn't show up to vote. Go vote. Yesterday, I barely touched on the fact that our Department of Education made a mistake with their with the lunch voucher cards they sent out to students all over the state. I want to revisit that today because today I want to talk about privilege because I just got mad all over again. There are students who live in food insecure homes. We talk about it all the time. Students who a lot of times that free lunch that they get while they're at school is the only nutrition they get for the day. And for the folks in charge to cavalierly say, no one gets a free lunch until we get this settled, because there were a few people who got cards that should not have gotten cards. And so somebody who doesn't deserve a free lunch might accidentally get a free lunch. That's privilege, because the folks in decision-making positions are eating lunch. They know where their next nutrition is coming from. And so for them to cavalierly, and I'm looking at you, Superintendent Walters, for them to cavalierly say, until we get this fixed, because we don't want to waste the taxpayer dollars, no one is going to get a free lunch, because I want anyone to get a free lunch who's not supposed to get a free lunch. These are children. And so if you say you're here to protect children, yet you would be okay with denying children lunch, I think you need to reevaluate your position. And those of us who are listening to you and watching you need to reevaluate what we think of you. Now, it's clear I'm not a fan, but this doesn't change that very much. Actually, it makes it worse, and that's a place where I didn't think I could be. Why am I talking about privilege again today? Why am I talking about this issue again today? Because I've been smacked all across the face all day from calls, texts, emails, messages, direct messages about other privilege. So right now, and I've been talking about this a lot, the Oklahoma Democratic Party is in the middle of our reorganization, right? We are speeding up to, we're about ready to start county conventions where we elect our county leadership. We already had our precinct elections where we elected the leaders of our precincts. Now we're get ready to elect the leaders of our counties, and then our districts, and then the state. And so Democrats who haven't been involved, or Democrats who are occasionally involved, they're all flitting around looking at the party. I'm always grateful when people are looking at the party. We need folks to look at us. We need folks to look at us and look for a way to get involved. We need folks to look at us and look for a way to take up leadership positions, because that's how we grow our party. However, a lot of the conversations around what is going on are steeped in privilege. If you haven't been paying attention to the party, you haven't volunteered, you haven't helped a candidate, you haven't written a check, you haven't even attended meetings, but you have a lot to say about why the party isn't the party that you want, say it, but come on in and do some work. That's what I ask. Come in and do some work. It is privilege to check out of the party and then every 2 years check back in and complain. That is a position of privilege. You have to be here every day trying to fix it. Be here every day. Every time there's a county meeting, show up. If you're part of a constituency group and they have a meeting, show up. That's what it's going to take to fix our party. And you know that, Alex, and thanks for joining. That's what it's going to take to fix our party. You can't just pop in every once in a while to complain. If you're going to pop in to complain, bring your solution booklet with you, because that's what we need. We need people who are willing to do work, and we need people with great ideas. The Democratic Party is never going to be the party that we want until people full-throated, straight back, say out loud every time they're asked that they are a proud Democrat. The Democratic Party is never going to be what it is that we want it to be, as long as we're willing to accept whatever crumbs Republicans leave on the table. The Democratic Party is never going to be what we want it to be when we hang out and help Republicans get elected. That's not what we're here for. Now, it is not my place to tell anyone how to cast their vote and who to vote for. I want everybody to show up and vote every time the ballot box is open. But the Democratic Party of Oklahoma is my family. If you're going to criticize my family, be prepared for a fight. And that's where we are. I am willing to fight for the Oklahoma Democratic Party, and I'm asking everyone to join me in that fight. When I say join me in that fight, what I mean is stand shoulder to shoulder with me while we improve our party and we elect more Democrats. I don't mean come in and fight with other Democrats. You can do that outside. But inside our tent, I'm asking you to support Democrats. Question us, challenge us, help us to be better? Absolutely. But all of this fighting doesn't help us be the party that we want to be. All of this supporting Republicans because, doesn't help us get where we want to be. Electing Republicans doesn't get us where we want to be. All of that is privilege. All of that, I can pop into the Democratic Party and complain and leave and hope that we get well-funded public schools, affordable health care, no matter the zip code, and economic opportunity is somehow just going to magically happen while you're out here doing your own thing. It's privilege. Knowing that well-funded public schools requires a fight. Knowing that making sure we have access to affordable health care, be it urban, suburban, or rural, requires a fight. Making sure that every Oklahoman has opportunity and access to economic growth, being able to make a living and feed their family, takes a fight. Being able to come in and play with the little pieces that you want to play with is privilege. So I'm going to take today, because I have been inundated. If you live in Oklahoma County, you know what I'm talking about. With calls, comments, concerns about some of the dibbling and dabbling that would-be Democrats are doing. I sit on panels a lot. As the chair of the Oklahoma Democratic Party, I have been invited to sit on panels where there is a Republican and a Libertarian sitting with me, where the chairs and the leaders of those parties are sitting with me, and folks are asking us what our party stands for, who we are, and what we're doing next. And every single time, whoever is sitting in that chair, and I'll tell you, it's been a lot of leaders of the Republican Party because they can't keep them in my tenure. Every single time, the Republican says, we only play with Republicans. They're willing to fight for their party. They're willing to tell people, if you're not down for our cause, don't come. We aren't necessarily doing that. They have more voters. I'm not willing to give up. Whether I'm sitting in this seat or not, I'm going to be fighting for the Oklahoma Democratic Party. I'm going to be fighting for us to elect more Democrats. Because right now, the Republicans in charge in our state have told us who they are. They have no intention of submitting bills and voting on bills that improve the lives of Oklahomans. They're more content to fight culture wars. That's their choice. They get to do that because there are more of them and they have that privilege. We don't have that privilege. We have to fight for everything we get, and we have to fight together. Again, this isn't about me. This is about the Oklahoma Democratic Party. This is about the Democrats in Oklahoma who are slated to take care, because we believe that if my brother is doing well, I am doing well. That's who this party is. And we are the ones who are going to be good stewards and take care of our state. But we can't do it from behind. We have to do it from a position of leadership, and we have to do it together. Check your privilege. This fight is an everyday fight. I don't expect everybody to do what the chair does every day, but I do expect that if you call yourself part of the Democratic Party, part of our structure, that you're not tearing us down, either from the inside or out. We must unite. Again, I don't tell people who to vote for, but I need you to ask yourself, is what you're doing publicly helping or hurting your cause? Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow at 4:15. You guys have a great night.